for tracing the entry, progress, and exit of any student admitted into the school. It is useful to supplying information on the personal and family background. The purpose of maintaining of records and register. What is the purpose? Why we need to maintain the record? The proper maintenance of records is most useful for purposes of curriculum and planning of the school. The curriculum of the school, if it is to be effective, should be based on the needs, interest, and abilities of the children. The teacher should provide such experiences to the children which are meaningful, interesting, and functional for them, and which are in accordance to with their developmental level. The teacher can do this successfully only when she knows the background of information of the group of children for whom she making the plan. Without knowing background information, without knowing the abilities of the children, without knowing the interest of needs of the children, no teacher cannot do anything. So we need to know the children by previous records or information by maintaining other reports to the children. And the records help the teacher to determine the readiness of the children for school. The data about child physical, emotional, and intellectual and social development or all-round development should help the teacher to determine whether a particular child is ready for formal schooling or not. Without knowing the children's development uh, in terms of social, emotional, intellectual development, the teacher cannot do anything in the classroom. If children is ready to know if the children is ready to take schooling or not, that it shows by records only. The satisfactory progress in primary classes depends on great extent on the readiness of the children for schooling. For instance, if the child attention span is still minimal, if he still does not have much auditory or visual discrimination, the teacher advises to the parents to keep him back in the nursery for some more time. Based on the records only, the teacher can explain to the parents. The records, if carefully kept, are also valuable from the point of view of researchers. We have hardly any data on the pattern of child development in India. These records, if well maintained, should yield a great deal of material for studies in child growth. One point that every teacher should have in mind is that records are not kept for the purpose of storage. It should show the developments of the overall development of the child, overall progress of the children. One, if they are not used for the guidance of the children, they cease to serve the purpose for which they are kept. In previous class, we learned about definition of registers and records. The register tells about the detail regarding the number of static things of school, like attendance registers, admission registers, stock registers, etc. And records tells about the children's cumulative record. So these are like in previous class only we learned about. Then classification of records and registers. Records and registers. The records can broadly classified under the following six headings. That is general records, records of administration. One is. So in that is general record. One is general record and records of administration. In this category, there are things that is admission of records, stock register, official correspondent record, the logbook, school lunch record, visitors book, staff record, public relation record, incident, injury, trauma, and illness record. All these records in the category of general records or records of administration. First, admission records. What is purpose of admission record? The admission record helps teacher to know about child's family background, home environment, health status, needs, and abilities, and different things about a child. And in order to stimulate the children to achieve one's growth and development. This record should contain the names of the children, parents, guardians, name, occupation, and their income details, and caste, religion, and all this primary data will be kept in maintained in the admission record. It shows everything of the children, the parents and family background and children background, to health status, all this should be maintained, kept in the admission records. And stock records. In this, another thing is stock record. For every preschool, a general stock record register is necessary. So it must contain detailed list of all the articles of or other items, what are the stock available, what are the equipments available, what are the different things are available in the center. And official correspondence record. The head teacher must keep several files for all the official correspondence connected to the school. Files must be open, cater for the school official correspondences. This book is used official correspondences. So next, the logbook. The logbook should be maintained for daily book of significant happiness which takes place when the school is in session. This is the daily book of significant happiness which takes place when the school is in session. Then school lunch record. If the school offers any snacks or any items, the lunch, the details of menu, all this kept in the school lunch record. Next, visitor records. Who are coming to the school? Who are visiting to the, any officials are coming to the, any other persons or any academicians are visiting to the school. They should be kept and they should be recorded. The visitor should be signed in the record. The visitor, the signature of the visitor should be there in the visitor records, visitor books, and staff record. What are the staff? What are the how many staff members are there? What are the duties and all these staff records should be maintained by the center. Next, public relation record. This the contact details of the committee members and emergency services like police, ambulance, hospitals, disaster management, and squads should be stored in this record. Every information should be available in the public relation information. The details, any interaction with any of them should be recorded in this register. So this is a very important register when emergencies occurs. Then only by seeing this record, we need to find the things that are ambulance or police or disaster management, all these things. And incidents and injury, trauma, and illness records. The record details every incident, injury, trauma, or illness that occurs in relation to child while the child attending in the center. In the center, during the during the working hours of center, any child injured or any child felt illness, they should be recorded in the incident and injury and illness register. The circumstances surroundings to the incident, injury, illness will be noted down. Details of the action taken by the center, we need to report in the register that regard. What are the medications we have taken? What are the administrative medical personnel come? How many? What are the contact persons are there in the? We contacted to the incident or injury or illness. We need to maintain all these things. Next, second one is records of children. Records of children. Next, what are the children records? There are different types. There is attendance record and health record and cumulative record, performance or progress record report. First is in every center, in every institution, they will have a attendance register with the initial record they are maintaining for the maintaining of the attendance of the students. This includes attendance of the child pertaining to each child attending early childhood center. The record must include each child's full name and the dates on which the children enter in the center. And also healthy record. Health record maintains all the health status of the children. And before entering the day care center, after entering the center, and during the uh, activity during the program is running all this information, health information of the students will be child will be kept in health record. The main aim of these records is to make the parent and teacher realize gradual development of each child. It is important how the child is developing day by day, day by day, the learning, how the children learning day by day, how the social, emotional, and different developments occurs during the um, school hours, in the schooling hours. All this should be noted in the health record. A preschool teacher should note down every month of serial number of name, child, age, month, or weight in the health record. Our children are born to be sick occasionally. It is important to note to keep health record book, which shows the name of the sick and people, duration of the illness and treatment, what are taken, should be maintained in this record. This cumulative record. What is cumulative? Normally collected data about child are kept under cumulative record. Generally, cumulative record consists personal data, home background, hobbies, habits, interest of child, health, and gender. All these aspects should be included in this record. The cumulative record will document of children details year-wise and the number of years child remains in the school. The cumulative records for young children should contain personal information of the children, that is children name, age, sex, date of birth, place of birth, mother tongue, other information should be there, and home background of the children, what are the parents' status, what are the parents' health status, or parents' employment status, parent income status, and how are the siblings and what are the home they are offering, what are the facilities they are giving, providing, what is the and how the student's control is broader. All this information will be kept in the cumulative record and developmental history also. Who the children is developing the birth up from home to this place, the birth status and birth history of the child, age weaning and breast of bottle, age of the sitting and standing levels, and etc. Record of illness or accidents or death which bowler and the bladder control are established in this area. And habits, interest also including the cumulative record. What are the habits of children? What are the interest of the children should be there in the cumulative record. And health record and health status of the in the cumulative record all will be occurred in the cumulative one by one health and health, what is the weight to height to, and its body measurement of children should be kept in this record. And attendance record, how the student is attending to the center, how the many days he will keep absent, and how regular he is coming, it should be maintained. And also along this, the teacher estimation should be written in the law. The teacher estimate development of the children should be available in this record. His participation in the school program, his interest and his abilities, and how he is participating, how he is actively participating in the activity is uh, recorded by the teacher. All this will be inculcated in this record. I student is facing any difficulties during the activities, all should be inculcated in the this record, cumulative record. And tools gathering information also recorded in the information in the cumulative record, the achievement test, written and for oral tests, all other examination and achievement test and essay type or short answers. objective type, auditory record, aptitude test, and interview schedules, observation schedule, checklist, questionnaires, autobiographical, autobiographical, projective test, doll play, sentence completion, thematic appreciation, PAT, and rating scale, social metrics, all should be inculcated in the cumulative card. Then performance and progress report. This is the final one. What is finally, what is the progress of children? What is the performance of children? How the development occurred during the uh, classroom or in the year. All this every child progress performance are recorded. Some preschool record the children progress monthly, how is um, developing and how is responding to the activities, how is learning. All this should be in the performance and progress report. Next, teachers related records. What are the teacher related records? There are two records are there. Parent teacher association meeting register, record of program planning, service book, attendance register, leave register, confidential record, and teachers work diary. Parent teacher association meeting first. The details of the parent teacher meetings, like how much, how frequently we are conducting meetings, what are the outcomes of the meetings, what are the suggestions given by the parents, and what are the issues raised by the teachers and parents, and how we are going to address in due course will be kept in the, and how what are the schedule of the program, and minutes of the meeting will be available, and signature of the parents will be taken in the meetings, and record of program planning. You are planning, if you are establishing a program, then you are according to, you need to plan the program. In previous classes, how to plan the program we learned. So the details of the planning of the program, or how weekly there is a curriculum, a timeline, how weekly, daily, what are the daily activities, what are the weekly activities, what are the monthly status, what is the yearly activities will be going on. So we need to plan accordingly. And entire year is recorded in this record. So this is a year plan or a monthly plan or daily plan. All this should be kept in this record. And service book. The service details of the staff members, like number of years of service and the performance appraisals and promotions, are recorded in this register. Then attendance registers, all the staff members, including teachers, assistant teachers, and supporting staff, should be recorded in the attendance register pertaining to teachers and staff. Leave register, how many days taking leave, how the how the leaves are available in the teachers, all this. Then confidential record. The confidential report, the performance of the staff members are kept in the record in this record. The performance of the teachers is kept in the confidential record. And teachers work diary. All the teachers will record daily activities. So what are the activities going to perform in the classroom should be there in the daily activity teacher's diary. Every teacher should maintain this diary and write down the activities. Then equipment records. There is stock register and library register and stationary issue register. Stock register. This book shows careful record of the supply of the equipment and other school property. What are the physical infrastructure should be kept in the stock register. This is the most important register. What are the, how many benches, how many chairs, how many play material, how many equipment, how many other things related to indoor and outdoor activities. All these facility students for easy learning. All the facilities, what are the equipments we are providing, everything should be noted in the stock register. And library register, how we are running library, how many books are in the kept in the library, should be maintained in the library register. And stationery issue register, this is about details of stationery material issued various teachers, chalks, dusters, and other papers, and all this should be maintained in the stationery issue register. and financial records and registers. This is a very crucial register to maintain, to run smoothly and effectively any daycare center. A daily cash book and contingency register, register for fee collection, acquittance register, a record of past year's budget. All this should be maintained in the register. In daily cash register, the register every financial transaction of any sort that happens in the school. These financial transactions include amounts received from parents and grantees and donations and other any subscription or any scholarship or should be noted. And if any grant is taken from private institutions or government institutions, all this very are kept in the daily cash book. These receipts are entered in the credit side and corresponding expenditure of the debit side of cash book should be maintained. The cash book should be balanced at the end of each month, should be posted daily. Fee collected amount daily collected should be deposited in the bank and all this should be maintained. Next, contingency register. The register maintains expenditure on equipment, repairs on the building, rent of the building, stationery books purchase, and library purchase, purchase of laboratory, and purchase of other equipment. All these things will be our contingency registered. A register for fee collection. There is a fee collection register. The fee paid by the students are recorded in this register. How the pay daily collection or monthly collection record, the reports all should be maintained by the register for fee collection. The teachers or clerks who collect the fee should carefully give the receipt and give receipt amount handed over to the principal in case they do not deposit the amount directly. Breakage fees collected from the children, if any, also to be registered in the register. Acquittance register. The register is maintained the salaries paid both teachers and non-teaching staff. In case of temporary employee, the number of working days issue employed, deduction from provided fund, income tax, and any other deductions along with the staff signature and date. It is necessary to note that no staff member is allowed to sign without taking salary. Record past year's budget. The copies of the budget planned in the previous years and how the allocated budget in the previous years are to be stored in the future reference for and planning. Next, statistical record. In addition to the above records, it is also important to maintain the statistical information related to people enrollment, sex, size, distribution of people, staff, children ratio, cost per child, other records. This should be statistical. This shows how administration is working and students enrollment also, student performance also, students distribution of the teachers and staff, all this information will be available in the kept in the statistical record. Daily, weekly registers, weekly diaries, evaluation of reports, portfolio assessments, all is maintained in this register. Daily, weekly diaries help in developing system and schemes for observing records and children's responses. It keeps updates on behavior and work habits of the children. A diary is structured booklet in which the parent and caregiver report their observation with respect to emotions of the children. The diary important provides this is a diary in daily weekly register. This is the main record is a diary. Every teacher should maintain a diary and record the performance of the each and every child, how the children performing and how the children actively participating, how the children developing in various developmental aspects. So all this should be maintained in this register. And weekly diaries, how the abilities of the social and study skills are evaluated and every week instead of noting down every minute details happening in the classroom, the teacher the evaluate child progress towards goals is a self-feeding skills, learning of the concept or a story. All this should be maintained in this weekly diary. Evaluation report. Most daily and weekly evaluation address work habits and social growth. Weekly evaluation of the above may be sent to parents about the development of and progress of the children, how the children is developing during the institutional hours, how the children are reacting all should be sent to the parents through evaluation reports and portfolios. A portfolio is an important communication and tool about children learning, but also provide evidence you support the teacher's conclusions about the child's strengths, skills, and aptitudes and capabilities. A portfolio should contain selection of observation notes related to the early learning indicators, learning goals, curricular expectations, and some of observation notes may be checklist kind information, and it should be factual with detailed description of what the child said or did. Additional information to the support observation notes could be photos, pictures of the child demonstrating the activities pertaining to the concept, goal, the work, samples to show children performance. The portfolio should represent the typical child's work and some magical moments of the unique ways of the demonstrating children's skills, the learning. In the portfolio, in the portfolio, there should be some different things. Writing samples, responses to reading experiences, mathematics problem solving, creation that require mathematical understanding of how the geometrical shapes are learning the students, how the patterns is recognizing, and self-reflections of the students, how the student reflecting to a particular thing, and art, drawing samples, all this should be entered. And assessment. Assessment is an essential and integral part of an ACCE program. To ensure program is child-centric and the activities are planned according to the level of child. It gives an insight into children interests, achievements, and possible difficulties in their learning and teaching can be planned accordingly for their progression of learning. In order to know the effectiveness of the program to the developmental needs of the children, it is essential to maintain their developmental level of learning. Early childhood assessment is comprised of three interrelated essential factors. First, documentation, evaluation, and communication with family. First, documentation is by data collection, the documentation will be done. And evaluation based on the documentation, based on the data collected, it should be maintained properly. And document child observation and progress assessments and children quality of child programs and comprehensive understanding of child development and understanding different strategies that are comprehensive should use unique talents of interest, knowledge, skills, and progress are documented in the child. And evaluation. The evaluation, the assessment of compressing the gathered information of child to the top standards. The step enables teachers to guide instruction, evaluate teacher strategies, how the teaching strategy they going occurring effectively working on children. If otherwise, the teacher need to change his strategy or teaching strategy and how the children is performing towards that activity and how the teacher students learning levels and the different development tasks, how the these developmental tasks are occurring. And to identify the such students, if any students are behind development, then we can identify and then remedial classes will be taken through evaluation of the students only. In the evaluation process, there is a family communication, parents, and and communication of with parents and family members is crucial in evaluating the students. In this daycare hours, the teacher observation is occurs, and after going to home, the parents maybe observe more. So by communicating parents, it may be the differentiating between performance and progress some ways into the family and at the school, it may be balanced, and it may be assessed to the students' report. In the this book, domain developments, first name of the child, name of the mother, name of the father, and age of the child, date of enrollment, and name of the teacher, and name of the project assigned. All these things should be enrolled, mentioned in this portfolio. So the assessment, all these things will should be maintained. And next, these 3 to 4 years, my book, domains of development, name of the child, name of the mother, name of father, age of the child, sex, date of enrollment, name of the AWC, and name of the project. The profile is to know about development of the children as per domain. Every child should be assessed for 3 times in a year. That is last week of July, December, and first week of April. 4 to 5 years, name of the child, father name, mother name, age, date of enrollment, enroll project, portfolio of development of children per domain. Every child should be assessed 3 times a year. It's like same here. The stock register. The stock register should be name of the article, date of all this should be mentioned in the stock room. Date of purchase, quantity of article, price, rate of the article, receipt of bill number with the date, from which firm agency article purchased, authority order for purchase, article issued to signature of the receiver, signature, all this should be maintained in the stock register. We need to carry unactivity card. The unactivity card just now we mentioned, morning before time, tea, place children center, activity area, indoor and outdoor, the setting, 4 children, age range 2, 3.4, and teacher are staying here, all these things should be maintained, for example given. And staff and students portfolio, personal files. It is necessary that the school should have as such much information on every one of teachers and students as possible. This record provides current and first-hand information and the staffing as well as the student information. It makes it easy to locate teachers or students' relatives during emergency. Lesson note plan. It gives information on what teacher plans to teach the students at any given period of time. Teacher's level of preparedness and her level of competence. Challenges teachers face for the task ahead. Scheme of records. It reflects an estimate of academic work which a teacher expects to accomplish in each subject based on number of lessons she will have during each term. It assists a teachers or education administrator to know what is being taught in school. There is a scheme and record of workbook. It assists in enforcing accountability and continuity in the schoolwork. Assess teachers' adherence to the syllabus and how and when the work is done. It shows the syllabus, how the syllabus is going on, how the how the work is going properly or not, how the work was completed in what month, in which area, in what are the students, all this should assess the teacher's adherence. Evaluates teachers' competency and efficiency. That it shows the record of workbook shows the teacher effectiveness and how the teacher working towards children's development, how the teacher is giving activities, how the teacher performing in the class to for the development of children. All these know the by record of workbook and scheme or record of workbook only. All this known. Record and AMP workbook for weekly diary. A careful kept record of work is a strong stimulus to difficult and progressive work. And school timetable provides information on when classes begin, when school opens and closes. This should be given by in the school timetable only. And from the academic year, what are the holidays, what are the school opening day, what is the school ending day, what are the holidays, and what are the different types of things in mentioned in the school timetable. And it shows activities to be performed by teacher and student. In the timetable only, we are maintaining the activities. What are the activities performed by the teachers as well as students? It assists in regulating the activities of students and staff of a particular school. So it assists the regulating the activities of students and staff of a particular school. What are the activities we are planning? Then this school timetable it shows the effectiveness of the activities and particular school. It facilitates and enhances student interest and attention and prevent mental and physical strain of the teachers and students. The staff time book and movement book provides information on when staff reports to leave from work, promote regular attendance and arm punctuality. All these things we learn in the class. So we learn in the class, today's class, the importance of classification of registers and records pertaining to school, in the school, and the importance of records and purpose of maintaining records and nature and functions of records and registers we learned in the school in this class, and how the report record facilitate the continuity in the administration, and how these are facilitating enhancing provision of effective guidance, and how the providers information needed for students development and higher for his higher development of classes, and it gives instruction to the employees for placements and this thing, and it supply information to parents and guidance. They provide a needed for planning and decision making by the school heads, and admission withdrawal registers are these registers helpful in historical document with reference to detailed records, and admission registers with the reference for tracing entry progress, and these are useful supplying information on the personal and family background, and purpose of maintenance records is the records helping teacher determine, and these records should maintain. These records are kept in the carefully kept in the valuable points of your researchers, and we are learn purpose of maintenance of records and registers, and how the registers are maintaining in the different scenarios, and how the records are important in the development of institution, and also classification of records registers we learned in this class, and in this classification there are six types of records: general records, in the general records, admission records, stock register, official correspondence record, the logbook, school lunch record, visitor book, staff record. All this we learned. School lunch record, visitor book, staff record, public relation record, incident injury to mildness record, and records of children, that is attendance record, health record, cumulative records, performance progress report, and teacher related records, parent teacher association meeting record, record of program planning, service book, and attendance register, leave register, confidential record, teacher's work diary. All this will learn in the class, and equipment records, stock register, library register, stationery issue register. this learned in this class. And finance record, how the finance record was maintained in a particular daycare center or ECC center, and that is daily cash book, how the daily cash book is maintaining, contingency register, and register for fee collection, acquittance register, a record of past year's budget, all this will be maintained in the register. And statistical register, in addition to the above records, it is also important to maintain statistical information related to people enrollment, sex-wise distribution of peoples, staff children ratio, class of children, other records, and that is daily, weekly registers, weekly diaries, evaluation reports, portfolio assessment. Just now, your book, we are shown the portfolio and anecdotal record. Example, to go mark and morning break before tea, children's center and activity area indoors, sim, smiling widely, begins a talk to little to Mrs. G. After being asked a specific question, she looked only Mr. G as she spoke. When she started talking all about one child moved away from the table. When the others come back, she stopped talking again. So this shows the anecdote the children, how the children responding to the persons, how the how the children is reacting the person. If the new person entered, how the children reacting. This shows uh, when she started talking, all but one child moved away from the duff table. When the others came back, she stopped talking again. So it shows how the children is responding to the uh, activity. And this is the stock register to maintain name of the register, all stable. It is important in maintaining stock and equipments of the preschool and staff of student personal profiles will be kept in the record section and lesson note plan. All these things should be there and schema and record of the workbook and record amp workbook or weekly diary should be maintained and school timetable. It should provide the information when classes begin and opens. It should activities performed by the teacher and student, the assistant regular activity students and staff of particular school and they facilitate enhance student interest and attention, prevent mental and physical strain, and it shows this is important. It facilitates and enhances student interest and attention and prevent mental and physical strain. This shows the school timetable facilitates and enhances student interest and attention to prevent mental and physical strain. And staff time book and armed movement book. If staff is reporting and leaving from work, promote regular attendance and punctuality. How the teacher is going move the movement moving towards the classroom, otherwise moving outside the classroom. It should maintain the movement book. Now, this should be role of teacher and school records are synonymous because effectiveness and efficiency of a teachers depends largely on the vital documents. However, the class teacher complete this task by effectively discharging their duties by proper upkeep and maintains the academic records for which they have direct responsibility. If you maintain the records and registers effectively, it shows the work culture and working condition of the daycare center or ECC center. If the records are kept in a proper way, it shows the how the things, how the activities, how the various aspects are organized according to the timetable or well the things are maintained for the purpose of development of students in the various activities. So these regards are very, very useful in maintaining students' development. Thank you. So we need next class.